Hello, everybody. Hello, Ross. Hello, Andrew.
Hello.
Hello, Joel behind the camera. And hello. Oh, it's Backlash. It's Backlash, isn't it?
It is Backlash.
Are you excited for Backlash?
Not particularly, no. I'm excited for one match in particular. Gunter, obviously.
Of course.
Ripping out Pat's throat. But apart from that, I'm scared about how John and Randy might go. It can go one of two ways, because John's getting slower. Randy's not been quick since 2007. So that could go either way.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a weird one.
I was the same. I checked the match card before I came to write these pitches, and I thought, I know there's not a lot of I know the Triple H likes to keep the pay-per-views with few matches on it anyway, but I remember thinking, there's some big things left off here. Like Rollins hasn't got a match, Jey Uso hasn't got a match, or anything like that.
And we haven't got a crowd this year.
What do you mean?
Well, last year we were overseas, weren't we? And that sort of distracts from what's happening in the ring. This time we're in St. Louis.
St. Louis, Missouri. I don't know how good St. Louis, Missouri's crowds typically are, but with Randy there,
Oh, they'll go radio rental.
of course they will, and we will when we've heard each other's pitches as well. Hopefully,
Yeah.
hopefully, boys. Sorry, I don't know what I'm doing. If you've never seen this series before, we go round in a circle, three of us, all 1, 2, 3. Ross, then Andrew, then myself. Ross, then Andrew, then myself. Ross, then Andrew, then myself. 3 times we're left with 9 wonderful pitches for WWE Backlash 2025. But the golden rule, of course, is, as ever, it's not what we think is going to happen.
It's what we want to happen.
Let's go, Ross, let's go!
John Cena.
Jesus Christ.
You need to hang on. Come on. Let's talk about it. Yeah. What's wrong with you?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
We all saw the stream.
Settle yourself.
You all saw the stream?
yeah.
Like a video.
You're not one of these little Pachiti piss babies, are you, that's been
Oh,
messaging
no,
me?
I was-
Oh, he's going to die!
I was
You've got
reveling.
to let him out!
I was reveling Pachiti being uncomfortable for that long. It's just, where did it come from, Andrew? You're a little precious boy normally.
I have contacts.
What?
for horseweed.
Oh, right.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
fair.
Yeah.
There's some stables like up the hill, isn't there?
Well, there is, yeah.
Yeah, I just go up the hill.
Anyway,
Having
right.
a big vat of it down the hill. Sorry, Ross, yes.
John Cena versus Randy Orton will be the opening match of the night because, as I've just said there, John has slowed down and Orton hasn't been rapid since 2007. So we need to do something, in my opinion, to stop this from being sad. Cena makes his entrance first for this one, and we see a repeat of his WrestleMania 25 entrance with an army of Cenas flanking the entranceway. The army of Cenas, exactly, they do that with their arms. The army of Cenas stay there for not only John's entrance, but for Randy's as well. He's walking inside a pit of danger. Like Dave's,
Whoa, is that
Whoa!
like Dave's theme does.
Yeah, but is that foreshadowing?
I don't know. We'll have to find out. And they're still in position as this army of Cenas for the entirety of this match. The match gets going and Cena locks on a headlock. Randy says, "Whoa, that's gimmick infringement, pal." So he locks on a sick rest hold of his own. Mere seconds into this one, all of a sudden, the army of Cenas, one of the army of Cenas, cap on, head bowed so he can't see his face, has broken away from the pack and has stood at the bottom of the entranceway, right in the middle facing the ring. He sparks up a cigarette. A legitimate cigarette you can buy in shops. We, the Watching Universe, are shocked and appalled because we're signifying the bad people are involved here by smoking.
I thought it was going to be our truth. Oh, no! I'm so sorry.
It
Sorry,
might not be.
Oh, right, okay, that's fine. That's all right. That's all right.
Okay.
Just made the noise of a Frenchman.
He's done it again.
Cena and Orton are having a Goldberg versus name redacted due to ongoing legal proceedings at WrestleMania 33 Finisher Fest, with finisher after finisher now being nailed. Randy goes for one too many RKOs, however, and Cena is able to push him out of the move and into the referee, who's sent for a little tumble.
Uh-oh.
The Cena Army member sees his chance. Head bowed, he hops onto the apron and stands there in the Cena head bowed clenched fist next to Bollocks pose. You know the one we're talking about. The cap is removed and we see R-Truth.
Oh! The cigarette
mention.
was a clue.
Who knew? And with his hair cut like Cena pre-2018, the John Cena haircut, a sick fade, short back and sides, and he does not look happy, does R-Truth. Orton's like, "What the hell are you doing, you idiot? Get out of here." Truth blows cigarette smoke into Orton's face and then throws some white powder into the Viper's eyes. AA from John. The referee comes to, and it's Truth who then walks into the ring and just slaps the referee in the face.
Oh!
As shades of No Way Out 2008 are now used against Randy Orton. who did that to the ref then.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
No,
callbacks.
That was Nate. Wow.
Yeah. John Cena has not only ruined wrestling again, but he's also compromised R-Truth. R-Truth from here on out becomes the lieutenant of John Cena on television. When John isn't there, Truth is. It's like Paul Heyman and name redacted due to ongoing legal proceedings back in the day after the Undertaker win. So the person that feud with Cena doesn't have to build it by themselves. I think after the big 2 feuds this year that John's had so far, it's more than necessary.
That's very shrewd. That's very shrewd.
Truth changes everything about his character, crucially, becomes super serious, speaking like he's in the real army, reporting back to Cena. That's it. I think the end.
It's a green fly. Carry on.
Whoa. But yeah, I think a complete shift in R-Truth would work for Cena ruining wrestling, that kind of shtick, and more crucially getting someone on TV to represent Cena, because it's now the Cody feud, this feud here. We've had promos where Randy's been on his own, Cody's been on his own, and John should be there, but obviously part of the shtick. Wow. We'll have a look now. Part of the shtick is that he's not, because he doesn't have to be, and lol.
It's a good pitch for me, Ross. While I'm trying to get the fly off my microphone, but it's just there now.
It's not going to bite.
I don't want to touch it with my hands. It's on this
Give
side.
me a little tickle.
Little tickle. Go on, little fly.
How's he doing? It's
Wait, is it dead? It's just. Oh no, it's.
Jesus Christ. Watch out, you might squash him.
Oh god.
It's okay. Let's see it.
He's struggling. He's really struggling.
We've got, there's no green in here. I've got him.
There's no green in here. What do you mean?
It's a green fly.
There's no green in here because there's a green fly coming for the green. The green. I'll go take him outside.
I'll give my review on your pitch there, Ross. That's very humane of him. What a nice boy.
What a great guy.
I really like I was thinking this when we saw R-Truth on the thing with John Cena, and it seemed like it was brushed off as just like a little comedy bit or whatever.
Yeah.
And I thought, no, I don't know if I believe that.
He's been speaking to John. He says as much as R-Truth, and that was the genesis of this pitch.
And I think the tension here lies in the fact that, like, R-Truth always talks bollocks, but maybe this time he's telling the truth.
And we know from 2011 he can do the serious character well. In the worst way possible.
It's a yes from me, 100%.
You've saved R-Truth, Ross.
I've
You've
saved him.
saved R-Truth from what I think a lot of us are maybe thinking is going to happen at some point, where John Cena absolutely decimates the man himself.
Oh, to make him a
Yep.
worse man.
But you have instead brought him to the side of John Cena, and for R-Truth's character, I think that works very well. And you saved us from a lot of heartbreak as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ross.
What a guy.
Thank you.
What a
Great
guy.
coming from you, especially Andrew. What a fantastic man you are.
Before we move on to Andrew's pitch, I'm just going to check, is my microphone still on after I knocked it over? Oh, fantastic scenes. Renault, Andrew, it's your pitch now,
Lenovo?
please.
Yes.
Less than a page. It's kids' development.
Don't read the title.
Don't read the
She's done
title.
titles again.
I'll just look at the block of text.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll do that bit there. I'm going for Gunther versus Pat McAfee first. Pat dies. Gunther holds nothing back at all. He doesn't even let Pat bask in the glory of the audience as he gets in the ring. Big boot, powerbomb, 1-2. He lifts Pat's shoulder off the canvas. You naughty, naughty boy. It's just an onslaught that follows. Powerbomb after powerbomb. Gunther even takes Pat's lifeless body and drapes it over the top turnbuckle. He does that stretchy thing as he does with his big old Austrian legs. It's bloody lovely.
Oh, the legs one, sorry.
Oh, yes. All whilst mocking Michael Cole, who helplessly watches on behind the announce desk. Speaking of the desk, though,
Oh, no.
it'd be remiss of the ring general not to take the, I said, posthumous Pat over to the desk as well, right? So gloating to Cole as he holds a beaten McAfee in his hands, he hoists the announcer up and plants him straight through the table. And after having his fun and looking down at Pat strewn before him, as Cole checks on his commentary partner, calling for the match to end, Gunther's gleeful, maniacal expression just turns to one of deadpan murderous intent. He scoops Pat up by the hair, tosses him back in the ring, and he locks in the sleeper whilst not taking his eyes off Michael Cole. The ref calls for the bell. Gunther wins, but he's not letting go of the hold as he said he wasn't going to do on Raw.
Get in there, Cole. Get in there, Michael. Save your friend.
The ref tries to pry Gunther's arms off Pat's neck, but it's just not budging. Out come the producers, the security. But again, Gunther isn't letting go. And then the big man himself steps up. Yes, that's right. As Jack mentioned, Michael Cole is here. He takes off his headset. He gets in the ring. And he's had enough of this senseless slaughtering of his busy mate. Gunther finally loosens his grip on Pat as he sees Cole before him and slowly gets to his feet. Security tries to stop Gunther, but he batters them all away. Get off me before towering over Cole, who starts to back towards the ropes. But he's sick of this bullying, this intimidation factor. He goes to strike Gunther, but it don't go well for him, as Gunther just grabs Cole's arm. Massive lariat takes Cole's head off.
my.
There you go. Oh, yeah.
Oh, my.
We're just pitching a murder. The crowd is stunned. Gunther drags Cole up to his feet and he gets him in position for the powerbomb when Ilya Dragunov's music hits. That one.
Dun, 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 dun.
Good.
Hyper,
He
hyper.
goes, "Come on." And he rushes out to the ring to prevent Gunther from taking the life of Michael Cole, who pushes the commentator to the ground, ground, and makes his exit through the crowd. And then we're just going to run it back, everybody. We're going to have Ilya versus Gunther. Remind Gunther who he is. Gunther never used to stoop to these kinds of tactics back in the day.
He's changed now.
He's changed. He's a changed man. So why not have them two who are intrinsically connected do the thing that brings Gunther back to being the Gunther man?
And I have to agree with you there. I'm going to give it a yes.
Thank you.
Because, and I like that, it sounds sick of me to say this, but I like that Cole actually got clobbered as well.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we'll all love to
Oh,
see
yeah.
that, yeah. I like it a lot. I thought you were going to pitch Goldberg coming back to save him, because everyone seems to think that Goldberg is going to get retired by Gunther.
No, thank you.
But I prefer your one with
Thanks.
Ilya. Yeah.
Thanks.
It's a yes.
Great pitch. One of the best pitches I've ever heard.
Whoa.
It needs to happen, doesn't it? Pat, after that promo on Raw, I was furious when Pat was saying he got comfortable after one big loss.
Yeah.
I'm going to expose you as a fraud or soft, whatever he says.
I thought
disgusting.
I thought Gunter was spitting bars in that promo.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
It
He
was
said,
great.
"Only the grace of God will lift my hands from your throat." I thought, "Oh my God,
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
excited.
I'm
for
excited.
that.
Pat wins.
Oh,
dear. Deary me.
It's gonna be like shades of when JR saved Lawler from Taz with the jar of sweets.
Mm.
Somebody, he's choking out the cane. He's panicking. I hope we don't see that. Ross said that was one of the best pitches he'd ever heard.
I think he might be.
He's
That
not-
might be hyperbole.
He's
right
not heard my
there.
third one yet, but we'll get to that later
Oh.
on. Just saying, it's the,
I haven't, no.
it's the
The
best.
backlash
It's
of
the best thing
all
I've ever.
premium
It's the best thing I've ever. Andrew might like it. I don't know if it's in your.
Oh, it's a video game pitch.
No.
Oh. You like video games?
I like a couple.
Yeah? You like the EAFCs and the FIFAs?
I like the gutter as as well. To give it
The
a lower-
gutter eye, he loves the
It's
gutter
been
eye.
pushed back on it. It's been pushed
Yeah,
back.
did
a
you
bit
see the
more.
trailer yesterday though?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
aye.
way more serious than 5.
Lots of bums in
Way
there.
more. Oh,
Lots of bottoms. Did you not
Oh
see?
yeah, that one lady with
Oh.
in the bar.
Yep.
Is that the one
there's,
thing you took
there's
away
just
from
quite a few where they're in the
lads,
aeroplane and
I
there's
was,
a bum.
I was more analysing the tone and the narrative structure than the bottom.
Sure you were.
Goodness. me.
They're a badass
Filthy
couple,
man.
let me tell you.
They are, but I'm already, because we're wrestling fans, I'm already like, who's going to turn on who here? Whoa. Maybe the choice will be ours.
I think that might be
we're
the case.
we're giving Rockstar free promo here. What's going on? My pitch is it's the main event. I've not put it first. I've gone main event. John Cena versus Randy Orton, who gets a big hometown reception and everything. During the stare down at the bell, Randy, of course, goes for the RKO.
Oh, yeah.
Cena's ready for it. Counters into an AA, but as he flips Randy over, you know that counter that Orton does out of the AA when he catches his neck on the way down, and it's an RKO. 1-2. No.
Oh.
Orton dominates the match against Cena, who, as Ross mentioned, has slowed down quite a lot. Whereas I think out of the two, Randy's certainly got less ring rust on him. He's dominating the match, but can never quite get the job done. He goes to that dark place and sets up for the big kick to the head, but Cena springs to life. Quick AA, 1-2. No!
Ah.
Thank you for helping.
welcome.
Yep.
Yeah.
For the... You're sort of like you're like a hype man. It's good.
Yeah.
Now Cena's in control, occasionally using a thumb to the eye or a sneaky, maybe even a low blow behind the referee's back to keep Orton at bay. Finally, he starts running through his 5 moves of doom. Goes, you can't see me. Goes to the 5-knuckle shuffle. Orton springs to life. RKO. He doesn't make the cover though. He goes to that dark place once again and he kicks him in the head. 1, 2. The referee is pulled out of the ring. The camera pans across and we see, dressed in full John Cena gear, R-Truth. So there we go.
Oh, synergy.
Randy is incensed and beats Truth down on the outside. RKO on the announce table. But now he is Cena to roll Randy back inside. Quick AA. Rolls through, if he can. Another AA and a third one, and he wins the match. Boom. Next night on Raw, Orton destroys R-Truth in a no DQ match to open the show. But what about Cena? Well, a bruised and bandaged R-Truth now goes to Adam Pearce and wants a title match. It's his dream to face his hero for the title tonight. So I've differed from Ross slightly. I've not gone for... He's not his right-hand man.
Lieutenant.
Entourage.
No, he's still being quite naive. Pearce is like, Truth, you've already wrestled tonight, you silly boy. What are you doing? Truth says Cena told Nick Aldis the other week that he promised Truth a title shot, but Pierce has no record of this happening. He calls Aldis, you just hear him go, absolutely not, no. And then that's it. R-Truth's lying. I can hear bird song. Can you hear that? Mm-hmm. It's coming through the vents there. Oh, that was strange. Pierce hangs up and says it doesn't really matter either way because John has a different challenger tonight, and I've already signed off on who it is, actually, R-Truth. Before the main event, Cena heads to the ring. He doesn't care who it is because nobody can beat him, he says, and he's the last WWE champion. Some unfamiliar music hits, at least unfamiliar to those who only watch the main roster. Who?
Oh, dear.
Oh, dear me.
Oh, God.
It's Oba Femi, the NXT champion.
Oh, my God, yeah.
Oba says that 10 years ago, Cena had a series of matches with Kevin Owens that showed just how dangerous Kevin Owens could be and showed that being NXT champion was just the beginning. But tonight will be different because this isn't about establishing Oba Femi as a star. He is already the ruler, and it's time to become WWE champion.
Oh,
It's all right. Oba dominates Cena, who again tries the same old tricks he did against Randy, but nothing's working. He does eventually manage to power Oba up into a huge AA. The ref falls over and stuff when he hits the canvas. Everyone's like, whoa. John crawls into the cover. One kick out at one.
You what?
Cena is terrified. Oba starts to fire up. John kicks him in the balls for the DQ.
Oh, you mean man.
Oba is furious, beats Cena down, puts him through a table in the ring and leaves. Cena's laying in the wreckage of the table. Feels like the show's about to end. Or maybe this fire burns would be more apropos. It's CM Punk who comes out onto the stage and sits cross-legged, and as John's lying there as uncomfortable as he can.
Jack.
I've been a cheeky boy. I'll keep this short. I don't hate you, John. I like you a hell. No way, I've changed my mind. I do hate you, and at Money in the Bank, just like I did 14 years ago, I'm leaving with the WWE Championship. End of the show. I've been cheeky there. I've done like 2 pictures in one. I've done a bit of a long one there.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot going on.
There's a lot to think about there, yes. Yes, let's think about it now.
Please.
It's a yes from me, yes.
Oh!
Money in the Bank, it has to be Cena. Cena and Punk. So to get there is a very good job well done.
I checked, and it's not in Chicago, which is unfortunate, but it's still Money in the Bank.
Where is it?
I can't remember. I will check now, though.
Do it. It's a big yes from me.
Thank you.
I think the Money in the Bank thing has to happen too. But at the same time, it feels like we're moving into something else. So do we come out of that Seth Rollins stuff quite quickly to get to Money in the Bank?
It's in California. It's in California.
California.
Inglewood.
Yep.
It's from the song Long Beach, Inglewood. It's in Inglewood. Yeah, there's a lot. I think what I did was started with the Oba Femi thing and then thought by the end I was like, but I've just had him. I can't actually have Oba Femi beat Cena. I could have done.
You could have done.
Oh, yeah, maybe I should have.
You can do whatever you want.
Maybe that's what knocks Cena back into being a nice guy.
Just getting destroyed.
Destroyed by Oba, yeah.
Yeah.
I like it though. I like the
Thank
Oba
you.
Femi bit.
Thanks
as well.
very much.
I think it's really good. And I like the ending to the match because it's a little bit different from what I think a lot of us are thinking is going to happen with the slap.
With the
With
slap?
the DQ.
Oh, yeah.
At Backlash.
I know.
Yes.
I don't know how they get out of this at Backlash in real life, the real Backlash. How do they just send everyone home happy?
I don't know.
They bring out his next opponent for the next pay-per-view.
Dwayne
Yeah,
will be
it could
there.
be.
Dwayne won't let us down. He's always there.
Yeah.
In spirit.
Ross.
As
Yes.
we're already established, I cannot live in a world where a non-full-time wrestler calls Gunter, of all people, comfortable in his role at the moment after one big defeat. And this non-full-time wrestler promising to prove Gunter, of all people, is soft. It just can't happen. Gunter got me wanting to kick a random pensioner in the face when he said back to this person, "Tonight, by my grace, you are untouchable. Only the grace of God can lift my arms off your throat at the weekend." Kick them right between
Golden.
the Dharmas I did. Fantastic scenes. Gunter needs to quite literally rip Pat's throat out to the point it's uncomfortable to watch. It's so uncomfortable that Ludwig Kaiser, who hasn't even been affiliated with Gunter in bare time, comes out to try and stop Gunter and to be the voice of reason because the mat is sacred, remember, pal?
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
Do you remember? What you do is not sacred.
Oh, especially if he's dressed in, like, not TV gear to make it look
Yes.
real. Yeah.
But ultimately, Ludwig is felled too. It needs to be so uncomfortable
What?
that
Whoa.
every single person from Triple H down backstage needs to come out and make things look as real as possible. Triple H doesn't get involved physically for obvious reasons, but your Adam Pearce's, your P.T. Williams's, your Jason Jordan's, your Hurricanes, everyone gets taken out by Gunter before he keeps going back to Pat to try and see him off. Michael Cole, the last line of defense, he's in there, but even Michael is felled. Gunter Gunter grabs Michael's face and rubs it in the pool of Pat's blood on the mat while he's laughing and yeeting all over it. It's fantastic scenes in the best possible way. All hope is lost. One man that appears to save the day and set up a match for later in the year. Goldberg! Goldberg appears to set up Goldberg's last match where Gunter will do to Bill what he's just done to Pat, because that's another thing that needs to happen where nothing else will do. Don't do it in Saudi Arabia where you might be tempted to do something silly like we've done in the past. Do it in America. Oh, yeah, do it over here. Come on.
I know I said before that I'm glad Andrew didn't go with that, but I need to ask a question before I give my... Who wins that Gunter Goldberg match there, Ross?
Gunter,
It has to be
damn it.
Gunter.
It's the same decimation we're seeing here.
Then it's a big yes from me.
I'm happy for Bill to hit a spear and a jackhammer at the start of the match. Oh, it's going to be like Survivor Series 2016. No!
You can give Bill a big ovation at the end after he's gone.
Oh, he deserves
Oh,
it.
yeah.
of
That's
course
my
he does.
guy, Bill.
Yeah.
You love Bill.
I bloody love
He
Bill.
loves Bill.
He's met Bill.
He's met
Met
Bill.
Bill.
I've never met Bill.
Bill's the reason I'm sat here now.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah, got you into wrestling.
Oh, yes.
Good lad, Bill.
Superstar Series Volume. Yeah.
Yes.
Can't remember which one it was.
Then as long as even though Goldberg, I'm sure, put up a valiant effort, as long as Gunter wins, then it's a yes from me.
Yeah.
Good
course he
pitch.
does.
Strong pitch.
Strong pitch indeed.
Thank you, Andrew.
I like it very much as well. You're right. Like, do you know what? I kind of thought when I was doing my first one, I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm up for Goldberg coming back, but you've pitched it in a way
Yeah.
that I bloody well
If it's
love
done
it.
right.
If
If
no
it's
one
done
can,
right,
who's
yeah,
going to stop
absolutely.
Gunter from beating up Pat? Goldberg, the
It's
hardest man.
Goldberg.
Yeah, of course it
The
makes
man.
sense. It does.
The big boy. The big boy.
Andrew,
Spearman. Yes.
your second pitch, please.
My second pitch is one that I wrote, and then I realised that the match isn't actually on the show.
Add it to the show.
So I'm adding it to the show. I was dead set that this was going to be on the show, and that's the World Heavyweight Championship on the line between Jey Uso and Logan Paul. Before Jey makes his entrance through the crowd, though, we see him backstage hyping himself up as CM Punk and Sami Zayn make their way into shot. Sami and Punk tell Jey that whatever happened on Raw this past Monday, they've got Jey's back tonight so he can fully give his undivided attention to Logan Paul and not have to worry about Seth, Braun and Heyman. They pat him on the back. Well done, Jey. They do that handshake.
Am I playing Jey in
You're
this?
Jey in this. And off Jey goes. There he goes. As CM Punk is making sure Sami is all right after all the beatings he's been at the receiving ends of recently. Out of nowhere comes Seth and Braun, and all four fellows start brawling in the back. World Heavyweight title match time. Jey's successful in his first PLE defense and sends Hogan packing.
Hogan
Logan.
got you.
Logan, not Hogan.
All right, Benjamin Sheldon.
My goodness
yeah.
gracious me. And he sends Logan and Hulk Hogan packing in a handicap match.
Yeah.
But as he's celebrating, the Tron displays the four men still tearing it up backstage. So Jey rushes to aid his friends and repay the favour from Raw. The camera cuts back to Sami, Punk and Seth. They're just tearing into one another, making their way through the backstage area and closer towards the arena. However, in doing so, we see doctors surrounding Jey Uso, who's laid out on the hood of a car.
Who's done Naomi?
Who's done it on the hood of a car, his eyes glazed over, clutching at his ribs and blood running from his mouth after seemingly being attacked before he could give his friends an advantage. Who could it be?
Seemingly being attacked.
Seemingly.
Seemingly.
He just hopped on there for
Oh,
the poos and the giggles.
Maybe he just did.
Yeah. Off he goes.
Sami tries to check on his biological brother, but Braun doesn't give him a chance as the chaos continues.
Who's done this, though?
Who's done this, though? The four men eventually brawl through the crowd, down the ramp, make their way to the ring, and after a back and forth, the babyfaces get the upper hand. Punk hits a GTS on Breaker, who then stumbles into the corner in prime position for a haluva kick from Sami, but as Sami charges towards him, Seth pulls Breaker out of the ring. Get out. And the two of them, Seth and Braun, retreat up the ramp. So standing tall in the ring, Punk's not had enough of a fix of revenge against Seth, so goes to leave the ring once more to chase the heels, but as he does so, we hear a hellacious thwack of a steel chair, and Sami scream out in agony as he drops to the floor.
Who's doing this? Who's doing this?
Who could it be?
Who is doing this?
Punk turns around only to see none other Then Bronson Reed staring back at him. Oh my. Bronson steamrolls through Punk and sends him crashing to the mat before placing him on top of Sammy, stack them and pack them, and hitting several tsunamis. As Seth, Bron, and Heyman watch on in pure delight at the sight unfolding before them. Is Bronson the third man? Maybe, maybe not. Seth and Bronson...
Maybe not.
Maybe
What do
not.
you mean?
Who knows? Seth and Bronson have a contentious history, but they have a shared enemy in CM Punk, who took him out of action for a good 6 months, whilst his momentum was really starting to take off.
You're right.
So
you're
perhaps Bronson just wants to get his own back before going on to new solo adventures.
I now understand why you said is he not, because it was
Yes.
Seth that he destroyed, wasn't it?
And some people just want it to be Bron and Seth as well, rather than add somebody else in
I don't
there.
mind it as just the two of them.
Yeah.
Especially because for years we had the Bloodline, which worked with more members, but I like this smaller little group of heels.
I think I do as well.
But I like the return of Bronson, the return of the Mac, some might say.
Yeah, some might say.
Great song. Yeah.
Matt Militant.
It's a yes from me.
Thank you.
Or yes for me as well.
Oh, thank you.
Big.
Big.
That sounded like you said F you to me.
I said,
there.
oh, thank you.
I didn't hear that.
I said, thank you.
It's worth a look.
Right down, Joe, right down.
Why is that one getting that?
You know, I didn't get
I
that. You
can't
know,
believe
when
it.
you think someone's sworn, you get that like, oh no,
Yeah.
on camera, obviously.
I was shocked. And
Is that what
I
that
didn't
sounded
get
like?
that,
I
so maybe
apologise.
I didn't get
I
the
don't
little
know.
jolt that you get.
I'm sorry.
I got the jolt.
Oh, did
I
you?
like Bronson Reed. F you.
What a terrible
I
take.
can't believe it. I can't believe
It's
it.
a yes from me as well.
Wait.
Something's missing, I tell thee. Watching that
What's
main event
missing?
on Raw this week, something's not right with it for me. I don't know
What do you
it
mean?
is.
As in what?
Just
Like,
Braun and Seth and Paul. There's
Right.
something-
you want something else?
I
You
don't know if I
a
want
little
something
bit
else. It's just something to miss.
Mm.
Well, they just have to dress the same. I don't know. There's something a bit
I
missing.
thought they'd dress Paul up in some fancy outfits, like when he
Seth?
comes out with Seth. Yeah.
Try and make him do the dance.
Oh yes. Oh yes. I mean, they've got the tan down for Paul and Bron now.
Disgusting,
So maybe
isn't
they
it?
could get
It's outrageous.
horrible.
It's
the
outrageous.
fashion from Seth onto Paul as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyway, yes, it's a yes from me.
That's a yes from me as well.
Thank you.
My next one, it's out of my three pitches, I'm least a fan of this one, to be honest. But I'll do it.
I'll do it.
What I'm saying is, don't feel bad if you just don't like it.
Okay,
you know?
okay.
Give it a no if you
Depends.
want.
We'll see.
Becky Lynch versus Lyra Valkyria. The match has quite a technical start with both women fighting for position, going for submissions, and so on. About 3 minutes in, Lyra powers Becky up out of nowhere. Nightwing 1, 2, 3.
Ooh.
Lyra is as shocked as anybody at how sudden this was, but she's buzzing, obviously. Becky's furious and grabs the mic when Lyra starts to leave and says, "Wait, you really want to prove you're better than me once and for all? Fine, let's put it all on the line right now. Dublin or nothing. Dublin or nothing. Dublin or nothing. Dublin or nothing.
Dublin or not.
That fall was too Belfast for me.
Whoa. You've got a long way to go before.
Put that cork back in the champagne.
Yeah, that's it.
You've got a lot of Galway
Oh.
trying to leave after that one. Bitch.
Because Becky loves puns and is Irish. If anyone's with.
I'm not Donegal with you.
Oh,
God.
he's on one.
Okay. Any more?
We'll get there eventually.
Irish chocolate.
I'm going into. No, that doesn't work.
Okay.
I'll go Guinness. I'm going to Guinness for myself instead of
Going to the
business.
business. Yeah,
That
right.
was
Business.
2 County Quicklow for me.
Yeah. Yeah, very good. I wouldn't know about that one if it wasn't for Balor. I don't think
me
County
neither.
Wicklow.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
God, Lyra's confused after all that. Double or nothing, what do you mean? Becky says, put your title on the line again right now. If I win, I'll become IC champion. And if you win, I will never challenge for that title again. And I'll admit you're the better woman. Lyra's up for it, but Becky has one more stipulation. Let's make it no DQ. And she runs
Who
at her
is
on the
this woman
ramp.
to think she is?
I know.
Making all these rules.
She runs at her. She's Becky Hogan. She
Yeah.
runs at her, which is an Irish name. Doesn't work.
What?
Hogan.
Is it?
Yeah, apparently
did not
Vince
know that.
originally wanted Hogan to be
Ginger.
You know, like San Martino was like an Italian folk
Yeah.
hero. He wanted Hogan to be like an Irish. That's what he's called, Hulk Hogan.
No way.
Apparently
I
so.
didn't know that.
Yes.
Ah,
Mm.
green mustache.
Even though Hogan looks like the least Irish person. Yeah. Becky runs at Lyra on the ramp. They have a big fun brawl with weapons and so on. Becky targets the arm savagely, setting her up for the disarmer later on, beating it with a chair, and at one stage even wrapping the chair around it and stomping on the chair. Lyra's done for. Becky locks in the disarmer, but Lyra's just too brave to tap out. It looks like she's about to pass out from the pain when suddenly A mysterious hoodie-wearing person cracks Becky in the back with a kendo stick. It is, of course, Bayley, who goes absolutely to town on Becky with the kendo stick, hitting her again and again. Rose plant onto a chair that's set up like an upright chair, and she drags no, she doesn't drag her. A barely conscious Lyra crawls on top to retain. Makes it slightly better, I suppose, but that's why I don't like this pitch. Lyra doesn't come across. That's why I gave her the quick win at the start.
Oh, okay.
Lyra hugs Bayley and leaves, but the commentators notice that Bayley doesn't hug back. She's never taken her eyes off Becky, and she's never smiled once. She's got a serious face. And the segment ends with Bayley staring down at the woman who took her out of WrestleMania. This is what have I read? My last sentence. This is a different Bayley, but will the hatred help or consume her?
Oh,
Well, who knows?
what will it do?
Executive producer
What will
Paul
it
Levesque at the bottom of the screen.
It's yes from me. It was scandalous what happened at WrestleMania. Scandalous. I was a little bit when he was starting the match again. I was like, well, what we're doing here? Because this is just feeding into Becky Hogan and the narrative that is at the moment. At the moment. But yes, it's yes from me.
Yes.
As long as Pam wins.
I think Pam deserves to beat
Ultimately.
Becky whenever this. I can't tell whether this real match is going to end with Becky winning, because I don't think they need Becky and Bayley doesn't need a belt.
No.
No,
They can
that's
just have a
true.
big match.
I like it. I
Thank
like
you.
it a lot. I was hoping that this match might have been a DQ thing in the first place, because I like it when Becky does the no DQ matches.
She had a class one at the Evolution pay-per-view.
Yeah,
It was
she
against
did.
Charlotte.
Yeah. And
yeah.
then there was obviously the one with Tiffany Stratton as well, which was really good.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I would like to see another one of them with
Cool.
Lyra involved as well. Big time.
The only I would have given it a no if it was me, just because
Why?
I've made Lyra look like an afterthought.
Well,
Well,
WWE had done that as well.
wish
so
I-
fine.
I've got some gaming. I wish I had some water.
You
my
can go and
throat's
get
all-
some more if you like.
No, I need to hear your third pitch,
You
Rob.
don't,
need-
because this third pitch is too wanky and it has
Oh.
no place in wrestling in 2025, but I was struggling to think of anything else. As he's done so several times on television in the not too distant past, Dominic Mysterio wrestles honorably against Penta in the match for the Intercontinental Championship. Towards the end of the bout, Finn Balor and JD McDonough are out there to support their boy, but of course they try to get involved. At one point, Finn is trying to distract the referee, JD is trying to get to Penta, but it almost results in Dom losing and the little fella flips out. Dom goes mental at Finn and JD as this little boy finally stands up to his manipulative father and his other son. Dom gets back into the ring and continues to wrestle like the babyface he's been for most weeks over the last couple of months. There was that one match on the Raw after Mania where I think he was distinctively heelish, but apart from that, he's been doing well. While this is happening, AJ Styles is walking down the ramp because he's made it known he wants to wrestle the winner of this match for the Intercontinental Championship. However, on his way down the ramp, Uncle Alan stops and starts talking to Finn Balor. It's almost like he's mentoring Finn, telling him what for, and all that stuff tough guys and gangs do to one another, probably. I've written down for some reason.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, Finn is up on the apron and managed to get a cheap shot in. Dramatic pause, ellipsis.
Okay.
On.
No.
Oh, dramatic pause, ellipsis. Dom!
Oh
No!
And it's out the sight of the referee, and it leads to a Penta driver and a win for Penta. Oh, new champion. Who would have
I
thought
have
it?
to ask what Styles was up to there, I'm afraid.
That's crazy.
Goodness me, says Finn. He's acting all shocked and whatnot, and he's cuddling Dom because it's all gone a bit Pete Tong. It's all gone a bit wrong. But then, the camera sees that Finn and AJ's eyes have met. AJ's still at the ramp. And in the midst of all the hugs and whatnot, and Dom, and it's going to be okay, Dom, I'll get the title back for you. Uncle Alan gives it the old finger bang.
Bang.
And because Liv Morgan isn't here, Finn Balor does the same back to Alan, but behind Dom's back.
Oh.
Dom is felled. AJ and Finn leave hand in hand, skipping up the ramp. All because AJ called Finn Prince on this week's Raw, and that means something to sad freaks like me.
No, I don't think you are being a sad freak there. I picked up on that as well.
Yes.
It means something.
It means they were both Bullet Club men. Do you remember when they had
Rock
that?
and roller,
Wow.
boy, yeah.
Do you remember when they had that really impromptu match that time when people were ill?
Yeah, it was
they just
Bray,
put-
wasn't it? Bray was
Was it Bray?
supposed to have them.
And they just
yeah.
put them in together, and then after the match, they did the old.
Oh, it was
It's
good.
so cool.
It was
It is
bloody
really cool.
good.
It's really cool.
Yeah. But faction warfare is engaged after this, so now we have the build to Dom versus Finn at SummerSlam with a returning Liv Morgan helping her fully babyface man Dom
Yep.
win that one
Love
match.
it.
Oh, I like it. It's a yes from me.
Great.
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 I thought it was too wanky. A
Well-
Bullet Club reference in 2025. Who do I think I am?
They did it on Raw, and it felt a bit Adam Copeland-esque to me.
Yeah.
Hey, Switch. Hey, Prince.
All right,
Brilliant.
Hey, Prince. No, I do like it. I thought I nearly wrote one for that, but I didn't. But I was going to go the other way because I'm confused what they're doing on Raw because to me it feels like Balor's going to be turned into a babyface by AJ. And why would you keep Dom heel when he's so popular now?
Yeah.
And I'm worried they're going to do that. I prefer your one.
Yes.
And it's a yes from me.
Mine also
Are you not
pertains
giving him
to
a- are you
that. I
giving
give
him
him
a-
a big
did you
yes.
give him a yes?
I give him a yes already.
Alright.
Shooty,
Sorry.
bullet clubby, kiss, all that kind of stuff. It was delightful and I liked it very much.
Sorry again.
It's all right. It's okay. Mine is also about that match as well.
Oh God, have I just
believe
said
it
what
or
you're
not?
doing?
Who would have
I
seen
need
it
to stop
coming?
doing this. Have I just said what you're going to do?
I cannot confirm nor deny. You will have to live with this guilt until you actually figure out if
shouldn't-
you did or didn't.
I shouldn't host this series anymore.
No, it's fine. Don't panic.
I'd like to apologise to the audience.
Don't panic. We'll see what happens. All right, here we go. IC title match between Dom and Penta. Before the match, Adam Pearce approaches the Judgment Day and tells them, after all this commotion over the last few months, there will be no JD member interference this evening, or Dom will be stripped of that title.
Oh, this sounds foreboding.
Finn tries to reassure Dom that he's got his back no matter what, but Dom confidently tells Balor that he's got this. Besides, Finn wouldn't want to do anything to jeopardize Dom's reign as the IC champion. Right?
Oh no.
It's match time and Penta is very much in control. Dom is trying to mount a comeback, but it's very clear he's on the back foot. And although he tries to use a few underhanded tactics to get some leverage, the crowd still love it, just as they loved it when his father Eddie Guerrero did the same back in the day too.
Of course.
In fact, Dom really starts to get the crowd on his side with a valiant display of near falls and kickouts, but after a frog splash attempt is intercepted by Penta with a Hurricane Rana, the newcomer sets Mysterio up for a Mexican destroyer, only for the champ to reverse the move overhead at the last second, and it sends Penta crashing into the ref with like a seated senton because he sends him over.
Wait.
Woo.
How does he reverse it?
So
It's
Penta's
destroyer.
running towards him,
Yeah.
and then Dom just lifts him.
Oh, nice.
Whoop, like a
Cool.
seated senton.
I can see
bang
it
on
now,
the ref.
I can see
there
it
you
now.
go. Seeing his opportunity, just as his father would, Dom rolls out of the ring and grabs the IC title. He gets back in and measures up Penta, but the ref also stirs unknowingly to Mysterio and sees the champ there with title in hand. When Dom clocks that the ref has seen him, he starts to plead and instead tosses the belt to Penta, trying to convince the ref he was taking the title off of Penta, trying to defend himself from being hit with the championship.
I don't know.
It's the japes, isn't it?
I just don't know.
As the ref is distracted with Dom, Penta goes to set the title down on the apron through the middle rope when a hooded and possibly balaclava-clad figure stands outside the ring. They grab the title and have a back and forth with Penta. They're like,
stands
"What?"
outside the ring. They're like, oh, not outside the ring.
I can't wait to find out who it is.
They grab
know.
the title and have a bit of a back and forth with Penta before clocking Penta in the head with the championship. And Dom, who's still getting into it with the ref, doesn't see this scuffle outside, but he does see Penta draped across the middle rope in prime position for a 619. So he bounces off the ropes and he hits it. He gets his frog splash. 1, 2, 3. Dom retains the title. After the fact, Mysterio sees the figure who slides into the ring during the celebration, and he starts freaking out. He thinks he's about to lose his championship due to JD interference, and this hooded, possibly balaclava-clad individual has a smaller stature and physique of a lady. Surely Liv can't be back from filming already. Why would she do this to her man? The figure takes off the hood and the balaclava to reveal Roxanne Perez,
Oh!
who smiles at Dom and tries to hold up his arm, but Dom shrugs it off, all confused, and he just heads up the ramp. He
Whoa.
gets himself out of there.
He needs
I'm not having any of this lady business.
He needs to stop this.
No,
this guy.
yeah.
The
He
manatees
needs to
have been
stop.
booking your pictures, it would appear.
Do you
The
not think she- No,
manatees.
she wears black and purple sometimes.
She
That's
was-
the only link.
No,
Yeah, she was talking to Finn Balor on Raw.
Was
it was
she?
in the background.
Was she?
Hold my hands
You
up, I missed that
hold
one.
your hands up.
Sorry,
sir.
Andrew.
She was talking to Finn Balor in the background of Raw.
Dom
Powerful
You
glasses
can
the
look
man
it up
wears.
on the internet.
Dom can't be doing this again. Does he not know the trouble it caused the first time?
Finn is trying to get between Liv and Dom.
Yeah.
Try and cause some friction there.
And I
you
think
know
it'll
what I
work
mean?
because if we know anything about Dom, he's a dirty man.
Dirty,
Right,
but he's
proper.
trying to be a good boy.
Yeah,
Trying
but
to
he
be a
was
good
trying
boy
that
here.
at first with Liv, wasn't he? When
Well,
he was
that's
like,
it.
oh, don't Thez press me, Liv Morgan.
That's it.
Well,
That's it.
Look where they are now.
So, so Finn would then be like, look, I still helped you retain your championship.
I'm glad that I didn't spoil it, first of all.
Yeah,
I'm
you did
relieved.
good.
I know-
You did very well.
I
Thank
actually
you.
quite like it. Anything to... I feel like the way they've brought Roxanne onto the main roster, bit wishy-washy. Like, now I'm with Julia. Like, she deserves a bit more of a feature spotlight.
Yeah.
She's a good promo, definitely. I don't know if she's got the right type of charisma
Charisma.
to be in the Judgment Day, but we've seen that she learned how to cut a promo really fast. It's a yes from me.
Thank you.
Yes.
It's a yes from me as well. I was not aware about the backstage segment.
Thank you.
So, commendments to your powerful glasses
Thanks.
for seeing that happen.
Converse glasses.
glasses,
But
yeah.
they make shoes.
Oh.
Mine are jeans. Mine are
Jeans. You're Levi's. Oh, they make jeans.
They make
Joe.
jeans.
Oh, I don't know what mine are. There's some wanky designer.
Oh,
Oh, they
Wanky
make
designer. What's favorite brand?
designer.
What, yours?
They're at home, and I just bought them from, I don't know, because I just bought them from the optician last time I did an eye check test. Would they have a brand even if I've just bought them from
I don't know.
in-house?
Where did they come from?
I don't know.
They make glasses.
I'll tell you next time. I'll find out.
Thank you.
All right.
I'd like to announce my acquirement of the Dharmas has been postponed.
No.
You got some dollars.
I was going to. I had an eye test booked for last week, but I was painting my flat and it couldn't be asked to go, so I cancelled it.
Yeah.
But the Dharma.
I know. We might never see them.
Painting's a stressful
Should we
task.
all
I
get
hate
Dharmas?
it.
I
Absolutely.
really enjoy it.
Do you?
It just takes some time, doesn't it?
Yeah.
If you stick on some music or something.
Yeah, it just took 3 coats.
Three
Oh.
coats.
I was trying to change a dark wall to a light wall.
I've never tried that.
Oh.
What did you do in between coats, waiting for it to
Sat
dry?
down and waited.
You watch it.
In a
Watching
cold,
paint
dark
dry.
room.
Literally watching paint dry. Wow. This is the greatest and best pitch in the world.
Well, you've set yourself up now.
Tribute, yeah. Midway through the show, we see a private box high in the arena containing Seth Rollins, flanked by Paul Heyman and Bron Breakker. They're watching the show and being all evil.
Yeah.
Seth is interviewed and talks about being the only viable future of wrestling, not Jey Uso. Has anybody noticed that Jey isn't even defending his title here tonight? And the interviewer says, well, Seth, to be fair, you did trick him into defending his title on Raw just this past week. Seth says, that's no excuse. And when he becomes WWE champion, the promotion will become a better place because he'll show up to work every day and all that. Where is Jey anyway? Seth doesn't even think he's here in St. Louis tonight. He's interrupted by Jey's theme. He looks around like, what the hell? But Jey isn't coming down through the crowd. This is where the pitch goes absolutely off the rails. He abseils down from the top of the arena, and everyone's like, whoa, what the hell? Jey stops in front of Seth's private box and does a mid-air super kick on him. No, it gets worse, don't worry.
That's really cool.
No, there's a lot more cool things in this. He detaches himself from the wire, starts kicking Seth's ass, and I put ass in italics to remind me to say that. Like, kicking Seth's ass. Here comes Bron Breakker from behind to help his leader. But wait! Bron is absolutely booted in the face by the waiter of the private box, who's been holding a tray of drinks, but he drops them and takes Bron out. Who's this man? The waiter reaches up and pulls off the Mission Impossible style latex mask, and it's Sami Zayn. Crowd goes mad. The heels are getting absolutely dealt with, so Heyman reaches into his suit jacket and throws a smoke bomb, and everyone's like, oh! And when the smoke clears, the bad guys are gone. Jey and Sami run through to the car park just in time to see the shutters closing at the back of the venue. Damn it! They must have gotten away. Come on, Oos, says Sami, leading Jey to a pair of incredibly high-octane motorbikes that just happen to be there. I wrote this after watching the GTA trailer.
There's a lot of tropes in there.
Yeah, I think that's
shutters,
what's happened.
yeah.
I like it.
They speed out of the venue onto the open road, but still can't find the heels. Wait, what's that sound? A fighter jet descends from the sky behind them, and oh no, Seth, Bron, and Heyman are inside. And I've put Heyman sticking out the top like R2-D2. Just like, can you imagine? I can really picture Heyman playing R2-D2. Sami and Jey know they're in trouble now, and they accelerate, but it's really bad timing because an abandoned oil tanker just happens to be parked in the road.
I hope it doesn't bloody explode.
Is it going to explode?
Christ alive.
Don't try and spoil that. They can't slow down, though, because the fighter jet's on their tail.
Oh, no.
So the good guys speed towards the oil tanker and both do a sick...
Slide!
Yeah,
Slide under!
yeah,
Come on!
Anthea Turner breathes a sigh of relief.
Wait, but then the...
Just as 2 rockets from the fighter jet whiz overhead and blow up the oil tanker, the camera cuts to the opposite side and we see them narrowly outracing a ball of flame. And it's so sick, like it's absolutely class. Sami's tire's about to fall off though, so he leaps and lands on the back of Jey's bike. Hold on, says Jey, and fires his grappling hook gun at the underside of the fighter jet, and they both fly up to the And then they rock climb around to the top of the jet, break into the cockpit, and start kicking the heels' asses again. What was that on? Lads, we've got to get out of here, says Heyman, handing out parachutes to Seth and Braun. They all leap from the jet and float through the night sky. Look, it's my lair, says Seth, and they all descend towards the side of a mountain. And the rock formation is shaped exactly like Seth's head, and the mouth opens.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the Rock.
They float.
It's shaped like the Rock. And then...
Damn it. Oh well, says Sammy and Jay, having now assumed control of the fighter jet. Let's get them next time. And they turn that jet around as the credits roll. And the song is We Built This City on Rock and Roll.
It's a yes from me.
No, I don't know. I don't know.
It's possible. In this new Triple H era, it's possible.
He makes movies.
With only 5 matches on the card, there is room for more budget.
I think I did write that just after watching the GTA.
Do you know what? All I could think of was James Bond. J Bond. There you go.
J Bond.
J Bond.
The name's Yeet. Yeet.
Yeet.
Yeah, Yeet.
License to Yeet.
Oh, God.
There you go.
You only yeet once.
Yeah.
Twice.
Yeet. Eye.
Yeet eye. You've said there. You've said yeet eye. Yeet finger.
Yeet finger.
Gold Yeeter.
Gold Yeeter.
Dr. Yeet.
The man with the golden yeet.
Moon Yeet.
Moon. Okay.
This series has petered out, hasn't it?
It was good. It was really good.
no.
I enjoyed it. It was different.
I mean, there was so much in this one. There was the fly from before.
There was.
What a time we've had.
Where did you put the fly?
Yeah, you just took it into another. That's not outdoors, everyone. That's just the other.
So
room.
disclaimer, I was waiting for someone to ask the question. I had it on here. I went out of the door. I tripped a little bit, and then it disappeared.
Oh my God, he's killed the fly. This
then
man can't stop arming things. What's wrong with you?
I had the very good intention of taking it outside, but I tripped and then I don't know if it just dive-bombed onto the floor or what. It's gone.
It was struggling before.
It was struggling. I just
I think a fall from that height for that little thing, which wasn't moving to begin with. That's enough to set it off, so throw him up for the green flag.
Thank you for watching, everybody. This Pitches video is in memory of the green fly.
Joel, can you make one of those?
Can we do
I
a
assume he's
10
been
bell,
alive for a
10 bell
couple of days at this point.
2025 to 2025. Thank you for watching this video. Andrew's crying. He's so happy about what he's done.
Backlash, yeah?
Yeah, Backlash. We've got all kinds of stuff coming out. You're doing all the stuff?
Yeah, we've got predictions
alright.
coming out tomorrow. We got the live stream, youtube.com/Cultaholic/live on Saturday. And I believe if you're a member of the Patreon, I think me and Adam are doing a watch along on Thursday of a WrestleMania of your choosing, which I believe is going to be X7. So we'll be watching X7 on Thursday. Yeah, so if you're part of the Patreon, check that out.
You ever seen it before?
Yeah.
Who's this Austin guy? He's pretty good.
He's so good.
Oh, Ross?
Yeah, WTF on the Patreon next week at some point. But apart from that, yes, the podcast on a Friday.
Yes. I'll be doing What Happened after Backlash that night, and we'll see what's happened. But it won't be as good as our pitches. And remember, of course, life's a pitch.
And then you die.
Thanks for
Green
watching.
flag.
And the ground. R.I.P.